I was very scared to come home. One message that I forgot to delete with my friend. She said, Genesis, I don't ever want to see you for the rest of my life.
But you didn't wanna ride, and that's fine, no mind. Baby, give me a reason. Tell me just how you feeling.
Hey guys, welcome back to G Henny's Reactions. Today we will be doing a story time on how I told my parents that I was pregnant. If you guys want to see more of these story times, make sure you guys hit that like button, comment down below what you guys like about the video, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so when I post, y'all get notified. We're on our way to 100 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys who've been subscribing. Let's get to that 100 subscribers and let's get to 10 likes. I know you guys can do it. Alright guys, so my last story time I told you guys how I found out I was pregnant, and then I did a little poll on Snapchat and Instagram asking if y'all wanted to see the story time on how I told my parents, and almost every single one of you guys wanted to know, so that's why we're doing this video today. So long story short, I found out I was pregnant at 15. It was on December 24th, Christmas Eve. That's what I found out. If you guys want to hear the story time on that, I will have the link of that video down below. So pretty much 2 months go by. I know I'm pregnant. Luckily, I didn't really have any symptoms. The only reason why I knew I was pregnant was because of the fact that, one, I didn't get my period, and two, I took a test pretty much because I really did not have any symptoms like that. What I really did have was like being sleepy more, whatever. But long story short, my parents didn't really like pay too much mind of that. It was in the winter, so you know, once winter time comes, the sun goes down early, so you're thinking like, okay, you're just tired because the sun goes down. So that happened. Now we're in January, around there, January, February. Yeah, around that time. Matter of fact, it wasn't even that long. I probably knew maybe like a month before I told my parents, which was crazy because I kind of wanted to wait longer to tell them, but life don't work like that, you know what I'm saying? So long story short, around January, if you guys don't know, my dad and I don't really have the greatest relationship. So like around that time, my dad, he was really on my case. Like he would take my phone a lot and everything, and one day we got into like an argument and stuff, and then he took my phone away. Mind you, I did not delete any messages, I did not delete any of that. So he took my phone. Obviously I had a password on my phone, so he didn't get into my phone right away. And the crazy part was that that night that happened, he left to do something really quickly. So I ran inside his room and I grabbed my phone and I tried to delete it as much stuff as I could, because, you know, mind you, I'm like 15, I'm talking to boys, you know, just, you know, being a teenager and everything. So I tried my best to delete all the messages as I could, and I deleted most of them. But there was one message that I forgot to delete with my friend, that I was texting her, which I didn't think about it too much because since she was a female and everything, and like I didn't go through every single message. I literally just deleted like things that had like swears in it and all that extra stuff. So that happened. Cool. Then after that, my dad comes home. He goes to his room and then he grabs my phone. He starts looking at it, I guess. He calls me over to the room and then he shows me the phone and he's like, who's these messages about, da 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 da, because I was texting my friend about my pregnancy, and I was telling her how I think I was scared to tell my parents or something like that. Mind you, my dad's not really like techie like that, so what I told him was like, oh, that was my friend texting me saying that she was pregnant and everything, blah blah blah. So then he, like, since he didn't really know, he was like, all right, okay. So he just let it be. And I forgot what happened that night, but I was just scared. Like that night I had there was a school day the next day, so I went to school and everything, I was very nervous. I was not focusing in class. I was not really in the mood for anything. So my teacher sent me down to the counselor's office to speak and like to see if, you know, like to express how I felt in that moment and everything, because like, mind you, like, one, I didn't have no phone. My dad took my phone away. Like our relationship was very toxic and stuff. So, you know, I was just not in the mood. I was very upset. I was very you know, I was very scared to come home. And my counselor spoke with me. She sat me down, and then, you know, she asked me like, hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? Is there anything that you need? This and that. And then I started I started crying, because like, mind you, I'm like 2 months pregnant at this time or something like that, almost 2 months, and you know, I'm emotional and everything. And I was telling my counselor like, please don't let me go home. I do not want to go home. I'm scared. My dad's gonna hit me. He's going to, you know, pretty much like, you know, because he you know, he be aggressive sometimes. So like, I was just scared, and I was like, I need to tell my mom that I'm pregnant, because if I don't, then if he hits me, then, you know, like, I'm pregnant. You know, that's crazy. So it was around the end of the day when that happened. So once that happened, I think I had a trap phone. Like, I had like another phone. Yeah, I had another phone. It was like a Samsung. Like, the government gave you like free phones and stuff. So I made sure I had that phone, because your girl knew that her dad, you know, I knew what my dad was about. So like, I was like, let me keep this phone just in case, because at the end of the day, like, my mom, even though like me and him was like that, me and my mom are like this, and we still are like this. So, you know, she was just like, oh, take that phone with you just in case you gotta call me or whatever, you have that. So I was actually texting my godmother, because my godmother already knew that I was pregnant and everything. And I was telling her like, hey, can I come to your house? Like, I don't want to go home. This was before I even went to the counselors. Like, you know, I'm about to tell my parents and stuff. And my mom always said to me before, was like, oh, if you get pregnant, I'm gonna kick you out. You know, like, you know, parents usually always say that, which in that moment in time, like, I never really like thought of it crazy, but you know, that moment in time, like, your parents are gonna tell you that so you don't do it, you know what I'm saying? But sad to say, like, the whole past and everything, like, I kind of took that as a way to get out, if that makes sense. Like, I don't regret my daughter and everything and stuff like that. I don't want to like say it in that way, but like, in that moment, being 15 and dumb, you know, I was like, oh, okay, this is my opportunity to leave the situation. So I'm at the guidance counselor's office, and I tell her like, I'm pregnant. I can't go home. I'm scared, because my dad has my phone and everything, and like, I know he's been looking through it and stuff. So like, once I get home, he's gonna hurt me. And she was like, okay, we'll wait here till your mom gets here, because my mom, she came to pick me up from school and stuff. She always came to drop me off and pick me up. So we waited. I stayed in the principal's office. Mind you, like, this was after school already. Like, it's already past the time that school was supposed to end. So I waited until my mom came, and then I asked her to come up to the office. I was scared, like, I was shaking, I was crying. She didn't know what was going on and everything. And then the principal brought her to the office, sat her down in front of me, and I literally just laid it out like nothing. I literally said, Mom, I'm pregnant. Man, when she heard those words, she got up really quickly, and I remember she walked up and she stood at the doorway of like the hallway, and like going towards the principal's office. Like, she was in the hallway going to the office, if that makes sense. And in that hallway, she said, Genesis, I don't ever want to see you for the rest of my life. When I heard those words, that hit me more than anything. The fact that like, I knew I let my mom down and everything. the fact that like I made her feel that way. She started crying and stuff, and she said that, and she in that moment she left. I don't know where she went. I don't know if she was in the hallway, she was outside. I think one of the counselors, they went after her because she came back, or she was in the car or something like that. I just know that I was in the office still, and then my godmother came because I was, you know, I was preparing myself for this kind of, like, I let my godmother know, like, look, my parents are not gonna want me in the house, can you please come get me? Sadly, my godmother was not on my emergency contact list, so unless my parents said it was okay, she wasn't able to take me out of school, which I totally forgot to put her on, because she, you know, she's my godmother, so like I would think like, oh, like she should have been on it, but she just never was. And she was there, was waiting with me, and after a little while we were talking, conversating to see how everything was gonna go. My mom came up with the counselor. She was crying and everything. She was on the phone with my dad, and she was just like, here, take the phone, talk to your dad. Mind you, I did not want to speak to him and stuff. And you know, I told him, like, once I grabbed the phone and I was like, hello, and he was like, oh, what is this that your mother is telling me and stuff? And then I was like, it's true, I'm pregnant. And I don't remember everything that he said, but I just know that, like, I was surprised at his reaction. Like, in my head, my parents' reactions were the opposite. Like, I thought my mom was gonna be the calmer one and my dad was gonna be like the exploded one, but it was actually the opposite. So he was just telling me to come home and everything, and I was just like, no, I'm not trying to go home, like, you know, like, I don't want you to hurt me, this and that, blah blah blah. And like, it took guys, I'm sorry, it took them 4 hours for me to go home. Literally 4 hours. I did not want to leave that school unless it was with my godmother. And I feel like at that moment in time, I didn't really think about it through, but like, I kind of, like, now thinking about it, like, I feel bad just because, like, oh, the principal was still there. She couldn't leave until I left, so like, she was still there and everything. And in reality, I bet she liked that, because in all reality, I don't really like that principal. She was weird. I'm glad that she got fired, and I feel like she was happy that she was there for the drama, because there's no way I'm gonna be sitting 4 hours knowing, like, if I really had things to do after school and stuff. But I mean, maybe it's just protocol and everything, but I just don't like her. Anyways, so it took me 4 hours to leave the school, and then I finally left with my mom. Obviously, I told my godmother I'm sorry that, you know, I wasted your time and everything, because she, you know, her intentions were to go and pick me up. And you know, my mom, she was just on her way home, she was crying, and I was in the car with her, my sister, and my brother, because my mom, I believe she picked up my brother first, and then she went to go pick up me and my sister from school, because me and my sister go to the same school, or went to the same school. And I was sitting in the back of it was a van that my mom had. I was sitting in the back of the van and just scared, just look, you know, just that drive when you're just looking out the window while it's raining kind of moment having there while she's just crying and everything. So mind you, it's winter time, it's 7 o'clock, so like, it was dark out and stuff. And once I got home, I was in the kitchen and my dad came, and he was just like, oh, who is the father, this and that. I knew it, because, you know, he saw the text, so he kind of already knew because of the text, but like, I guess he just acted stupid or something like that. Because mind you, when I told him that, he looked hesitant, but he didn't like think about it too much. So he was like, I knew it, this and that. And then he was like just talking to my mom. He was looking kind of blaming my mom about the situation, which was crazy, because it's like, literally, if only you knew, man. Literally, if only you knew, like, the reason why things went out the way was because of how you are. You know what I'm saying? And like, I kind of like was just like, I didn't know what to say. I was just shocked that, like, how everything went out. And like, at the end of the day, like, he was comforting me. I'm not even gonna lie, like, he was talking to me like, sweet and like saying that he loves me, this and that, blah blah blah. But my mom was not having it. Like, she did not want to talk to me. Literally, it took her 3 days to talk to me. Mind you, we live in the same house. It took her 3 days, and all I could hear was her crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was very hurt, and like it hurt me in that moment. Like, well, yeah, it hurt me so bad in that moment that like I made her feel that way, because I never wanted to make my mom feel that way ever. Like, my mom, she's my rock, like she's my world, like she's done everything for me and my siblings and everything. And but like me being dumb, like I was 15, young, you know, being young, like I knew what I was doing, but like, you know, I was still just 15, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think about things through that much. But 3 days went by. I was on my way to school. My mom was taking me and my sister. My dad still didn't have my phone or anything. I just had the other phone. I think my dad took my phone away for like a month or two, something like that. And she was taking us to school, and she asked me like, oh, what are you gonna do? And at that moment I was just thinking, like, she was just telling me like, no matter your decision, I'm your mom and stuff like that, like I'm gonna be here for you and everything, blah blah blah. My dad's first thought, like, he wanted me to have an abortion. Like, he wanted me to not have the baby and everything, just because of the situation with me and her father and stuff. And like, that's another thing too. Like, the next day after they found out, they made me go to the police station and file a report on him because of his age, since he is older than me and everything. But you know, they didn't really do anything. I haven't, like, after we went to the police station, we did that report, and I've never heard from nobody, and my parents never heard from anybody and stuff like that. So like, you know, that was just that. But so my dad kind of he didn't want me to have the baby, because since he was older, he was saying like, oh, like it was kind of forced upon me in a sense. I don't want to say the word on here just in case, but like the R word, like he was saying that and stuff. But I was telling him like, no, like no one forced me to do anything. I was well aware of what I was doing and stuff. I was just being young and dumb. But yeah, my mom told me that, and I was like I like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was not trying to have the baby before I told my parents. Like, I kind of was trying to not have the baby, but before they found out, type stuff. Like, I didn't ever want them to know that I was pregnant, pretty much. Like, but then after, when they found out and stuff, I'm like, look, they already know. You know, I made my decision on what I did, and like I was just like, God is not gonna forgive me if I do this anyways, da 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 da. So I told my mom, I was like, I'm gonna keep it, you know. And she was just like, okay. And days went on. You know, me and my dad still, like, the crazy part is, like, in that moment, he did not yell or anything, but, like, I would hear my parents argue, and he would talk crap about me behind my back type stuff. And it did not stop until, like, maybe, it did not stop until I was 18, around there. 18ish, like, he did not stop talking about it, like, oh, like, you got pregnant at 15, da 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 da, she's this, she's that, da 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 da. So yeah, mind you, like, I'm 21 now, and like it did not stop until I was 18. But yeah, so that happened, and here we are, almost 6 years later. She's healthy. My mom, the crazy part, like, my mom acted that way in the beginning, but I am so grateful for her, because when I had school after I had her, because I had her right in the summer, so it was my last year or two. No, I had 2 more years left of school. Was it 2? Yeah, because I had her in junior year. Yeah, so yeah, I had 2 more years. So like literally those 2 years that I had school, my mom was with her, watching her until I got out of school and everything. And I salute to my mom, because of her I was able to graduate. I was able to have honors and everything. So like I really appreciate my mom, and like the fact that she still was there for me, even though like I let her down and stuff. And you know, like the fact that she said that, oh, I want to kick you out when if you ever get pregnant, because she said that to me and my sister, like, oh, if you ever get pregnant, I will kick you out, this and that. I'm not gonna approve of that, but you know, that's just parents just saying that, so you know, to get you scared so you don't do it. But yeah, that's pretty much how that happened, how I told my parents. And everyone out there, everyone that's 15, 16, even 17, 18, take your time. Like, I love my daughter with all my heart and soul and spirit. Like, I'll do anything for my daughter. But if I could have waited, I definitely would have. I definitely would have waited to be with the right person. I definitely would have waited to, you know, just live my life first and then have children. But at the end of the day, she's a blessing, and you know, I'm still doing it. Your girl's striving, luckily. Like, I've been doing my thing, so it's like she's also, like, at the same time, it's hard, but it's also a motivation for me to keep moving, because at the end of the day, it's someone that that depends on you. Like, she's depending on me for everything. So, like, if I am down, she's gonna be down too, and I don't want that for my daughter. So, like, I want to make sure she's always straight. She's better than me. She's doing amazing. So that's that. But yes, guys, that is the end of the story time on how I told my parents I got pregnant at 15. If you guys want to hear more story times, make sure you guys comment down below and hit that like button. And yeah, there's many more to come. I have more stories to tell you guys. I am waiting to do a mukbang for you guys, and I just want to see what y'all think. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so every time I post, y'all get notified. I love you guys so much. We're on our way to 100 subscribers. Thank you again. And also, let's get to them 10 likes. I know y'all can do it. Just gotta smash that like button. Don't forget to just smash it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Love you guys. Bye.
My mirror, start to blush when somebody says your name. In my stomach there's a pain. You walk in my direction, I go the other way.